These are difficult decisions, but these are necessary to preserve the future of our district.
The money situation is so bad at JCPS it has come to this. The school district looking to close and sell off schools to raise money, and that's not all. But the budget deficit is so huge, will these moves help at all? The superintendent today says job cuts could be coming next. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Connie Leonard. Tonight, we're breaking down more of the details we learned about and Wood's plan. He recommends closing Zachary Taylor Elementary, moving Waller-Williams Environmental, consolidating King Elementary into Maupin Elementary, and relocating the TAP school. Also,
JCPS wants to close Liberty High School, which was initially created to serve students who are behind academically and working to recover their credits. The district says it's no longer needed as a standalone school. WHAS 11's Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Jessica Farley are talking to parents.
It's a lot of tension, a lot of heartbreak, confusion. I know staff is wondering where they're going to go.
JCPS mom of 3 Taryn Bell describes the mood inside King Elementary in the Shawnee neighborhood, facing an uncertain future. Her first grader Bella goes to school there.
We need to fight for King. We need the students to be able to stay and give King a chance.
The JCPS plan is for King to close and the building to be sold. The low enrollment school may be forced to merge with another by next school year. This is all if the school board approves JCPS Superintendent Brian Yearwood's proposal to close and move a handful of schools.
Principals are notified, they're notifying their staff, and of course, nothing is final until the board votes on it.
While he says all students impacted would have a school to call home, Yearwood could not guarantee the same for the 165 staff members affected if his plan goes through.
Will there be a possibility that it could be layoffs? Yes. I can't sit here and say there will not. But we're working to ensure that everyone has an opportunity to get into another position.
Yearwood tells me his school closure proposal, which includes Zachary Taylor Elementary, would save about $4 million. The school property, spanning 11.4 acres, is in a growing part of eastern Jefferson County, right near Tom Sawyer State Park. According to the district, Zachary Taylor's student enrollment is significantly low, at around half capacity. And the school property actually sits just across the street from a busy shopping center near Westport Road and Hurstbourne Parkway. This would conceivably be a very valuable plot of land.
I'm sure it'll be in the millions of dollars, but I can't put a figure to that right now.
JCPS is working to slash $132 million in spending from next year's budget. Yearwood doubled down, saying cuts at the central office are a priority. We know based on public record that hundreds of central office employees make 6-figure salaries. I also asked the superintendent directly if we should expect a tax increase next year, after a JCPS task force floated 2 other possibilities, a utility or nickel tax, along with the traditional property tax.
There's a tax increase that happens naturally every year, but are we going to try to get additional tax? No. From my perspective, now, I work at the will of the board.
He kept talking about the quality of education. But King is the quality of education, the definition of it.
Meanwhile, Taryn Bell says she's going to make her voice heard and fight this proposal through that December vote.
Well, Isaiah, they're not wasting time. The board vote coming out of this is December 9th, puts it way before Christmas.
Right.
It's got to have support of the board members. What are they saying?
Well, right now I talked to actually 3 specifically. You're about to see a full screen from one. And it sounds like most are leaning towards yes, at least saying that the merging of schools appears to be necessary here. One board member, Linda Duncan, though, did say she's not happy with maybe some of the communication, the fact that many of these principals apparently didn't know about this prior to. But here's what James Craig had to say. He's one of the board members here, and he specifically told me in part of his statement, quote, "I've had preliminary meetings with the new superintendent to ensure employment opportunities for everyone in the building. Assuming that I receive adequate assurances before that next meeting, I will vote to support the plan."
A lot of discussion, Ed. Thank you very much, Isaiah. Let's talk about the rain showers that don't want to go away. They've been lingering around Kentuckiana all day long at different levels. Sometimes they're light, Connie, and as you see now, we got a bit of a break right behind us.
I'm looking forward to seeing the sun tomorrow, Mallory.
I know, it's been how many days, right? It's been 4 days of cloud cover, mist, drizzle, fog, all of that. It's going to continue onward through this evening and tonight, but it should be more scattered in nature. So we should get a little bit more breaks in the rain, at least. Not so much the cloud cover if you do have Friday evening plans. Zooming in a little bit closer, you can see that here. So this batch of showers continues to push off to the northeast. We have another batch down here to the south, but in the Louisville area, we're getting a little bit of that break. Just a spotty shower down near Brandenburg, and then also more of that activity, as I mentioned, off to the south of the parkways around E-Town, just south of E-Town in Hardin County, Hart County, over to Campbellsville, and likely going to nudge into Nelson County here within the half hour. Current temperatures, we've had a warm front lifting today, so that means temperatures are actually running a little bit warmer compared to this week so far. Many of us in the mid to upper 50s, but along and south of the parkways, we have low to mid 60s. Your hour-by-hour futurecast here. Once again, some scattered activity possible through the evening and tonight. A few of those downpours, best chance to the south, and then we'll gradually see clouds decrease throughout the day tomorrow, making way for more late-day sunshine. A lot more of that expected Sunday. We'll talk much more about our weekend and 7-day forecast coming up in a bit.
The UPS plane crash in Louisville on November 4th left a number of businesses on Grade Lane in ruins, and that's why the Small Business Administration is in town right now.
The city estimates that 90 businesses have been affected by the plane crash and its aftermath, but now owners can go to the Business Recovery Center for help. Inside that center, located on High Rise Drive, representatives from the Small Business Administration have laptops out and phones ready to answer questions. Right now, the SBA says it's offering low interest long-term loans that can help keep businesses affected by the crash, especially as Grade Lane remains in disrepair.
Now, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg has pointed out that the trickle-down effects, supply chain impacts, and that's why businesses not just in Louisville but surrounding counties can be eligible for SBA disaster loans, even if it doesn't impact their bottom line at the moment.
That may take some time to feel the downward effects of economic loss. And so those businesses are also eligible. We urge you, please, to come into this center.
And eligible businesses can receive a loan up to $2 million. If an application is accepted, they have 60 days to decide whether to activate the loan or not. We'll have much more on the way the community is remembering the victims of the crash coming up at 5:15.
For the last 2 years, it's just been crazy, honestly, but now I'm just feeling relieved that it's all over.
All new at 5, more of our ongoing reporting on the Jamie Knoll case, the former Clark County sheriff now in prison, the children of Leon Knoll. Jamie's brother recently won their lawsuit against their uncle.
Jamie Knoll was accused of taking over $122,000 from his brother's estate that should have gone to the kids. Now, the former Clark County sheriff has been in prison for a year now, with at least 8 years left to go.
Many of the civil lawsuits against him are still being figured out, but a judge allowed his nieces and nephews to be compensated first. Focus reporter Travis Breeze has been talking to those children, now adults, for the very first time.
After almost 2 years of fighting against a family member, the heirs of Leon Knoll were rewarded this week.
I feel like I give you a hug.
We're all going to be hugging her in a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. When Leon died in 2018, he made his brother Jamie the executor of his estate. Apart from his $3 million plus in other financial crimes, Knoll allegedly took money from his brother's estate, including selling Leon's house to his own daughter, Casey, giving her equity in the house, and taking other money out for home repairs.
I'm really pleased that, we were able to get it resolved.
The kids, all now adults, got some money when their father passed, but it wasn't the full amount. A judge approved a $122,000 settlement for them on November 6th, and this week, they got the checks.
I am so happy that we were able to get this done.
Hope Knoll, the biological mom to Jack, coordinated this lawsuit with attorney Amy Wheatley.
We're very grateful that everything's done, over with. We literally won.
For Dorian and Jack, it's the end of a painful process.
For the last 2 years, it's just been crazy, honestly, but now I'm just feeling relieved that it's all over.
Just kind of been, walking around, just confused, kind of angry and stuff, and now that it's all over, it's just like kind of like weight off the chest, and I'm more happy for my brother and sister.
Hope says there are still deep scars within the family, but in this moment, they celebrated. In New Albany, Travis Breeze, WHAS11 on your side.
The mediator in Jamie Knowles' largest remaining civil lawsuit with the Indiana Attorney General said on Wednesday the parties had a successful mediation and orders will be issued soon.
The judgments in that case will likely exceed $1 million.
We don't have to worry about anything now. She's just ours.
We'll take a good look. This is little Emmeline James being held by her adopted mom, Haley. Today, her adoption was finalized. November is National Adoption Month, and today 7 families in southern Indiana were brought together formally in Judge Justin Brown's Circuit Court. Emmeline is the first child of the Greasons, who struggled with infertility issues.
I'm so excited for her to finally be a Greason. We've been waiting, like I said, for almost a year, and for anybody who is struggling to have a baby, don't give up. You can do it, and if it's God's will, it will happen.
Congratulations to them here in Jefferson County. Judges are finalizing 40 adoptions just today alone. Tomorrow actually marks National Adoption Day. According to the Indiana Department of Child Services, more than 1,600 children have been adopted this year.
Adorable. Well, coming up, remembering the 14 people who lost their lives just over 2 weeks ago. We take you to the community concert with a large crowd.
And as we head to break, here's a check of today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots. Mega Millions, $60 million. Powerball, $629 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over